Hello YouTube, this is Outside Boys. On this channel today, I'm going to be doing part 4 to diesel swapping a four-wheeler. As y'all probably known or seen in part 3, if y'all watched part 3, at the end, I didn't have room in the frame to turn the engine around how it was supposed to be and get the clutch turned the right way, because I had it turned the incorrect way, so I had to make a custom frame, which is what I'm doing here. And I'm almost done. And also in part 3, if y'all didn't watch that, and y'all are missing quite a bit of information on this, but in part 3, I also decided to turn it into a side-by-side. So that's what I'm almost done with now. I already have the suspension done in the back and everything. I'm squaring up the frame and everything. I already have the rear end squared with the rest of the frame. All I'm trying to do now is get this piece, fill in this gap, because there's that gap. What I'm doing to do that is I'm cutting this section out to where then I can have the exact framing that was in the four-wheeler back in the four-wheeler, just stretched. This four-wheeler was 5 foot 6 inches long, I think it was, and now it's 7 foot 7 inches long. So I extended it of over 2 foot. And if y'all also did not know from the other videos, I'm throwing a 210cc diesel engine in it. And I have it hooked up to this normal gas can, which I put diesel in and cleaned it out before I did and get it ready. In the last video, I had to have it held up by boards, didn't have none of this welded or anything. I got all this welded. I'm going to put that in there, then throw a bead all the way down that whole thing, and hopefully that'll be strong enough. I need to put a roll cage on it, get the seat connected somehow, get the mounting plate in there, which is right here. I'm going to use it held on there by those 3 plates. Get the bed created for it. It's just going to be an actual side-by-side with a bed, a roll cage, everything basically. And I'm also putting the front rack, or rear rack that was on it, on the front of it. Somehow. I'm not going to film the whole process of me cutting that off, welding it back on here, because then that's a lot of editing I have to do, and then some of y'all don't like watching hour-long videos. So I'm just going to get through it and then show y'all the progress as I get done. So next step is putting that piece in, which I'm cutting out of that frame. That's the next step. And then I'll continue the video after I get done with that. Here we go. I have this piece here now. That's going to be quite a bit of bracing when I get it fully welded up and everything. Yeah, I just have it tacked there for right now. And here's what this is looking like. The rest of this is going to go towards the roll cage. I didn't get it exactly even, but I'll fix that before I finish welding all this up. So that's it for today. I'll come back tomorrow, weld a little bit more on this, and then that's pretty much it. After I get all this done, the engine's going right here. The exhaust is going to come up through here, and it should, I hope it works after all this. If not, I don't know what I'm going to do. But this is how it's turning out so far. It's coming along. It started out as a normal four-wheeler, which was interesting. All the way to this process, it was pretty interesting. And then it's just been a process. When I'm done, I'm going to weld the whole thing up like that, all the way down. Just gap weld the whole thing. The entire back, I've already finished welding it up, getting it done. And it's pretty solid now. It's heavy, and it doesn't even have the engine in it. Well, then I guess I'll go ahead and pause the video for now, and then pick up back up tomorrow, clean a little bit up, get my tools up, move some stuff around, then continue at this again tomorrow. There we go. I got that entire thing welded up already. Finished welding, and then I got everything else done. I got the front rack on. I ended up just doing that. It's on and didn't go nowhere. This is also solid. It's completely off anything. It's holding its own weight and everything. There's no jack, there's no blocks or anything under it. The only thing I need to do, like I did to that side, over there, I welded there. I have not welded there yet on this side. So I'm going to do that just like I did this side. But other than that, that's the only thing I have to do. The next thing I'm going to do is start working on the roll cage. Don't know exactly what I'm going to do for the roll cage. I'm thinking about just putting a bar from here, running it up to however tall I'm going to put it. Same on this side, putting a bar here, welding it here, here, and here, running it straight up. Same on this side. And then here, I'm not quite sure. I wanted to angle one and put it in through here, down to that top brace probably, and just angle it the whole time. But what I may end up doing is just running it straight down from there on both sides, straight up to the handlebars right here, and then running an angled piece up to the roof from there. The seat's going here. I'm going to have to put some bracing and put the seat there. So that's kind of how it's coming along. And obviously, you're going to have to build a bed for the back of it. But get the whole thing welded together. The back suspension is really solid. Like, I could sit completely on it and it not shrink hardly at all. With the front, it drops quite a bit. The front's definitely a whole lot weaker than the rear. But that's what I want. I want the rear to be solid because I'm going to be towing with this, like I said. That's why I put 2 shocks in the back. And the back shocks are 12mm shocks. The front are 10. So, here's how this other frame's looking. I'm taking metal off this to help build the roll cage. Somehow. I haven't quite figured it out how I'm going to do it yet. But here's how it's coming so far. I'll keep updating y'all how I am as I go. Still have to figure out where I'm going to put the shifter, where I'm going to put the brake. This brake I'm probably just going to keep up here. And I was thinking about changing it to an actual steering wheel versus a handlebar. But I may not. I may just leave it as a handlebar. Don't know quite yet. I'll figure it out as I keep going. I know the turning radius on this is going to suck. Obviously, the diesel engine's still going in there, how it's been planned to do. Don't know where I'm going to put the gas tank. I may put the diesel engine in there and gas tank somewhere up here inside the wall or something. Not quite sure. But I'll figure all that out when I get the engine on and get everything else done like that. But for now, I'm going to get the roll cage welded up and on and everything. And then that's just how it's coming. So I'll update y'all when I get the roll cage tacked together. Or I may just finish welding it together. I'm not quite sure yet. I'll let y'all know either way. Alright, so see y'all when I get the roll cage ready. Okay, here's how progress is coming. I have part of the roll cage on, and it's solid. Like, I could literally shake the entire thing with just holding up here. It is solid. And then got the seat mounted. It didn't go anywhere. And got it all finished, welded together and everything. And I left it with a normal four-wheeler seat because, obviously, just a normal little latch in the back and the seat will come right off. That's what I ended up doing to get the seat on. Cutting a piece of framing out of that and getting the seat to work. Now the only thing I have left is running a bar from here all the way up to about this high or something, just so I can go straight across. Same on that side and this side. And then running a bar from there over to this side, wherever it's going to be. And I ended up putting a support beam here, just to support the frame a little bit better. But the frame, it's solid. Which is what I wanted. The front rack's done. After I get done with the frame, I'm going to start putting the metal in that's right here, which is those two posts and that bracket. And there should be a third one too. I don't know exactly where it's at, but there should be a third one. That's to go here on this part of the framing and run across for the engine to bolt to. And then once I get the engine bolted in here, I'll put framing from here somewhere, run up to here just to support this a little bit more. And then the entire engine will be in a cage of metal, basically. So it's not going to do anything. And I'm going to leave enough room off the side just to pull the engine out off the side. And I'm thinking about feeding options. I was thinking about just taking two of these, putting one on this side, one on the other side. But I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that yet. And the shifter, I'm still not sure quite how I'm going to do it. I may just, because this is as much cable as I have. I do not have very much cable. I was thinking about just welding it like here-ish somewhere, just to the side of the seat, so I could reach down beside the seat and shift it. But I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that yet. I need to know where the engine's going to go. And then that brake caliper, which runs over here, I'll put it here for the floor to where I can just push the brake with my foot, like a normal side-by-side. And I'm still going to keep this brake up here. I designed it in such a way where full lock of steering, either way, it doesn't hit the roll cage, which is how I wanted it. So yeah, it's coming along pretty good. It's going to look pretty weird, but it's going to be solid. Like, it's already getting pretty heavy, too, because of all this. But this is how I'm going to come along. I'm going to finish the roll cage, and then continue the video after the roll cage. And I think that's all I need. Then I'll throw the engine on it, figure out brakes, feeding arrangement, and stuff like that. So see y'all when I get that done. Here we go, the roll cage is almost done. All I need to finish up welding is finish welding this one brace here. And there's another brace that's up here I have not welded yet. I need to finish welding that. But get the entire roll cage done. Welded it there, and it's done. After I finish welding these few more braces, it's there and there. Then I'm going to start welding these two, and that one on, and then the engine mounting plate, and then get the engine mounted. And then once the engine's mounted, start running the chain, and getting everything else ready. But for right now, I'm going to finish welding the roll cage, and finish welding all three of these on, and then pick it back up when I'm done with doing all that. Okay, the roll cage is done welded. I finished welding all that on. I welded it up here and everything, so it's done and doesn't go nowhere. And then I got all three of these on and done. Get the engine mounting plate already welded to it, everything. So now the next step is putting the engine on the engine mounting plate, bolting it to it, and then welding it. Which I probably will not film bolting the engine to the mounting plate this time, because y'all already seen me do it last time, and y'all already seen me unbolt it last time. So, I mean, it's not very hard to do. Doesn't take too long. I just don't feel like filming it this time. And then when I get all that done, I'll figure out where to put the gas tank. After the chain's on it, the engine's on, I'll figure out where to put the gas tank. I'm thinking about putting it somewhere right there, but the exhaust goes right here. So I don't know exactly where I'm going to put the gas tank. I obviously cannot put it here because that's where your feet are going to go when you're driving. I cannot put it on top of this because that's where you sit. So I'm not quite sure. And I do not want the gas tank to be right above the exhaust because it's not a very good idea. I don't know, I'll figure it out. But I do not want it back there in the bed because then it takes out of room for my bed. And then if something falls and breaks the gas tank, then diesel fuel is going to go everywhere. So, I don't want that. I'll figure out where to put it. And then after I get the engine mounted, get the gas tank on, get the fuel liner in, get the chain hooked up, then pick it back up and figure out what to do next. I'll probably after that hook up brakes, get the brakes ran to where I'm going to. I don't know. I'll finish that and then continue the video after I'm done finishing all that. Here we go. I got the hose, all the hoses ran, got the gas line ran, got everything else ran, get the engine bolted on, got the chain on and tightened, got the shifter on where it's supposed to be, got the gas tank on back here, and it's ready to test drive as of right now. The only brakes I'm going to have is the front brakes. I haven't hooked up the throttle yet. I'm going to have to reach down here to this knob, which isn't too hard to get to at least. But that's how it's coming along right now. I'm about to test drive it. After I get done with the test drive, I'll pick it back up and then continue the video. And this is probably it for part 3. You know what? This will be it for part 3. I'll end the video here, and then part 4, I'll drive it in part 4. And get everything else done looks-wise in part 4. So I'll see y'all after I get the next video uploaded, which is part 4. And if y'all didn't, go ahead and check out part 3, part 2, and part 1 of this thing. It was a normal four-wheeler when I started, which it started out like that in part 1. I was taking the engine off of it. Not going to spoil too much of it, but I'm just going to say go check them out if you want more information on it and how it started out and how it ended. Here's how this thing ended out looking. And it's pretty entertaining. And it ended up being around 7 foot long at the end. I still need to build a bed for it, but I do not have the metal to do that. So I'll do that later. And if you haven't, like, subscribe to my channel, and then ring the notification bell so you can get notified when I post part 4. And then comment on this video if you want to for ideas. It doesn't matter. So I guess I'll see y'all for part 4, and we'll get a bed on it and test drive it, and then get better tires put on the back of it and start driving it around and using it.